we have something that is turning heads and raising a lot of eyebrows. We are talking about Mamie Van Doren. Yes, the Hollywood star from the 1950s and 60s who was famous for her daring looks and confident style. Recently, some of her old photos and bikinis have resurfaced online, and people cannot stop talking about them. Some are amazed, some are shocked, and some even think these photos were too bold, even for grown-ups. So, what is the story behind these photos? Why are people reacting this way? And how did Mamie Van Doren become one of the most talked about actresses of her time? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will see exactly why these photos are causing such a stir. First, let us go back in time. Mamie Van Doren was born in 1931 in South Dakota. She started her career as a singer and dancer, but soon moved to Hollywood to try acting. She was known as one of the blonde bombshells, along with Marilyn Monroe and Jane Mansfield. But unlike others, Mamie had her own style. She was confident, playful, and never afraid to break the rules of what was acceptable for women in Hollywood back then. People loved her for her energy, her fun personality, and yes, her bold fashion choices. But sometimes her daring style made some people uncomfortable. Now, let us talk about the photos that are causing all the fuss. Recently, several pictures of Mamie Van Doren in bikinis from the 1950s were shared online. What is surprising to many is how daring these photos were for that time. Keep in mind, bikinis were fairly new back then. They were not as common as they are now. A woman wearing a bikini in public or in a magazine could really shock people. In the photos, Mamie is seen laughing, posing, and showing confidence. She is clearly proud of her body and does not care what others think. But even today, some people look at these images and say, "Wow, this is too bold." It is interesting because it makes us think about how society's ideas of what is acceptable have changed over the years. What was shocking then might seem normal now, but the reactions from people online show that boldness still has the power to surprise. You might be wondering, why are these photos causing outrage even now? Part of it is nostalgia. Some people expect old Hollywood stars to be classy and reserved. So, seeing someone from the 1950s confidently posing in a bikini challenges that expectation. Another reason is how we view women and fashion. Even today, women who show their bodies confidently can face criticism. Back in Mamie's time, it was even harder. Many thought it was too much for public display. But here is the twist. Mamie Van Doren did not care about what critics thought. That is why her photos still stand out today. She knew her power and owned it. And in a way, that is what makes these images so fascinating. When the photos appeared online, social media exploded. Some people praised Mamie for her confidence and said she was ahead of her time. Others were shocked and argued that the photos were too bold, even for adults. One comment read, "I cannot believe this was from the 1950s. She was fearless." Another said, "Even now, I would not post pictures like that. It is too much." This mix of reactions shows how Mamie's photos can create debate, even decades later. She is remembered not just for her acting, but for her strong personality and her ability to challenge society's expectations. Mamie Van Doren is more than just a collection of bold photos. She left a mark on Hollywood by being herself, no matter what others thought. Her legacy reminds us that confidence and self-expression can be powerful. People still talk about her because she refused to hide who she was. These bikini photos are not just pictures. They represent courage, freedom, and breaking rules in a time when it was not easy to do so. Even today, new generations discover Mamie Van Doren and are inspired by her spirit. She may have been bold, but that boldness helped shape Hollywood and popular culture. So, what do you think? Were Mamie Van Doren's bikini photos too bold for her time? Or do they show a woman who was confident, fearless, and unafraid to be herself? Comment below with your thoughts. I would love to hear if you think society's reaction to boldness has changed over the years, or if people are still just as shocked. If you enjoyed this story and want more videos about Hollywood legends and unforgettable moments, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you will not miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes breaking the rules is what makes history worth talking about.